Hey, what's going on, day ones? This podcast is brought to you by a couple of phenomenal sponsors. First up, we got Rose Vogue Stylings. Ladies, are you in the market for a new purse? What about a new swimsuit? What about some earrings? The folks over at Rose Vogue Stylings, they got you covered. Please go to rosevoguestyling.com. And while you're on the website, please enter in that promo code late night. You want to make sure you're getting all of those amazing discounts. Also, if you are in the market for a lovely timepiece such as the one that I am wearing, please go to blackwatches.com. That is BLAK watches.com and enter in that promo code late night W Nate to get another fantastic discount off of quality timepieces. Again, thank you to the folks over at Rose Vogue Stylings and those at Black Watches. Now to the show. Yeah. Boogie. We are back for another episode of your favorite late night podcast that we sometimes shoot during the day. I'm Nate Galloway.
And I'm Adrian Berg.
And this is Late Night with Nate and Adrian. Black History Month bombs. Black History Month bombs. Happy Black History Month, Boogie. Shout out to the day ones. Like, subscribe on all your podcast platforms. Boogie. Or should I say a pip called Boogie.
Oh, God. I was like, what are you going to say? What are you going to say?
You got to give us a little twirl. The bang gang.
This crap.
For those of you who are listening, Boogie is out here with the luscious locks.
All right.
The straight.
Goodness gracious.
Boogie went and got her hair done. So, she's
all right
doing it.
Okay. Yes.
Give us another twirl. One more twirl.
Oh, I hate you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I straightened my hair because this is, maintenance. Had to trim the tresses, and I decided to continue on and leave it, and actually went to a professional to go get it done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I shared with said stylist. They were like, "Oh, what have you been doing?" I'm like, "Trimming it myself." Trimming it yourself? Yes, I trim my own hair. But I will say it's been a long time since I got my hair professionally cut. And she was like, yeah, let's not do that again.
Pump your brakes. Whenever you get this feeling, I'm going to need you to pull up your phone and book this appointment.
Yeah. No. She did a great job. Shout out to Malika for hooking me up. I got a little fluffy press.
Shout out to Malika.
Saying? Yeah, I appreciate that. A Black woman. It's hard out here trying to find, as for men and women, trying to find someone that you trust with your head and your face.
It's man, you really have to do your Googles, reviews. I need references on top of references.
Yeah, you really do. Yeah, you really do. And even when you see those photos, you be like, is this an actual depiction of what your work is, or you just copy this off of someone else's page or something? Because you really gotta check. Right, facts. Is it AI or no? Yeah. So, this was a referral from a friend. I met her. I actually met her before I saw her work, and then I saw her work and I
work in person on your friend.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I liked her work, and I did schedule another appointment, in 4 to 6 weeks. I think she said 6 weeks, but I may go and find someone else, because at the same time, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I want to shop around. I don't want to completely commit, because this is my first time actually jumping into the stylist scene. Okay. So I don't want to be, even though I told her, because when you at a salon, or when you at whatever, a stylist, barber, and they tell you, do you like it? And you definitely tell them you like it. But or no. But I'm just saying, but at the end, when you have to pay, and they be like, I don't know if you had this experience, but stylists, they like to, hey, would you like to book your follow up, your next appointment right then and there? And I'm like, what am I gonna say? No, I don't fuck with your shit. You know what I mean? Or I don't know yet, because so I just booked my next appointment, but I may cancel
Free
it.
cancellations though, right?
Right, all day, all day, all day, all
You
day.
stuck with, yeah. So by the way, you got to pay me half of that deposit.
Yeah, no.
For male barbers, they usually don't do that because I think most of them know that niggas is probably going to.
Yeah,
It's $45 no matter what
yeah,
shop I'm gonna go to.
yeah,
Now, whether or not how crispy your line is,
yeah,
that determines,
yeah.
So
Whether
yeah,
or
it's
not you're
not
gonna return.
necessarily the same for guys. I did have to leave the one barber out. He just kept pushing my line down. I was like, bro, I feel like you're intentionally
Damn.
doing this to make me keep coming back
Yeah,
to you. Went
yeah.
to a new barber. He never pushed my shit down. I was like, hey man, keep me high. Keep it high. Like, don't try to make it all fancy. I don't want it to connect like that. Just do what I'm asking you and we be good. Get you a nice little tip. You know what I'm saying? But that's dope. I'm glad you had a nice little experience with that. And also report back as to what your findings are. Never know. You might get, you know what, also? Because new stylists, they might do like maybe 10% off for a new customer. So that's also a good reason to, shop around, get the most bang for your buck.
Very, very true.
A nice little cut.
Yeah, it was a good experience. I appreciate it. And it was a queer friendly salon, and
okay.
I will say, when I first walked in and I saw, people that didn't look like me, it kind of threw me off because I'm like, where am I? Yo, chill out, my guy. Chill out.
For those of you who know what that reference is.
Oh, you're doing a lot, man.
That's a great TV show.
Top of the damn show. Sometimes I feel like we need to put a disclaimer, like literally before we do anything.
It's like the first 4 minutes, they are prim and proper.
Yikers.
They are going to get the job, But then after 401, they be cussing.
Yikes. Be prepared for the shenanigans. Okay.
Hey, she gon' shenan, he gon' get.
You just, my God, you are really on one today.
And I haven't even had any type of adult beverages yet. So.
Yikers. Yikers.
But you were saying you went into the queer friendly
salon. I went to a queer friend. I went there, outside of her and I was like, hey, what where we at, yo?
Okay, I get you.
I was like, where we at? And then I did see another
$40.
I did see a client come in that looked like us, and I was like, whoo, okay, so they do everybody. They do everybody. Yeah. So yeah, that made me feel good. So yeah, shout out to her.
Well, that is a dope thing. Places where safe spaces where everyone can get their hair
Absolutely.
done.
Hell yeah.
And not be ostracized. So that's cool. Anything else happen for you this week?
Man, what I was fortunate enough to book my first gig of 2025. And that was exciting. I will say, I'm trying to level up, put my goal games up, and get my gains, I should say.
Booked and busy.
You know what I'm saying? Just very happy with that. It was a cool, quick shoot. Did that real quick. It was actually an indie project that this will be a secret for. We're gonna keep this between us guys.
Between us and the internet.
Us and the internet. No, but because technically I'm supposed to go through my agent, blah blah blah, all this crap. But people be doing side gigs.
Hey man,
you gotta get them hustles the way you get it. He hit me up. He was like, "Yo, you did a great job on that other project. Do you want to do this? Little side side gig. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm available and the price is right. Let's do it. So
Everything is lined up.
yeah, so we did it. No, it was fun, and I got to visit Wilmington, Delaware for the first
Okay.
time.
Is that
Went.
where Biden's from?
Oh, is he?
I feel like
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
somewhere in Delaware.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. It could be a lot of Sleepy Joes out there because it's definitely a sleepy town. And
Yeah.
I drove. I was like, "This y'all downtown?" And he was like, "Yeah, this our
Man.
downtown. We're actually on the district street where all the shops and stuff." I was like, "Oh,
You know what's crazy about Delaware? When you go to Delaware, like, because I was riding the train through Delaware. One side of Delaware, kind of
yeah,
like what you're saying. It's like, oh, okay. Then the other side of Delaware is like, can you drive a little bit faster? Can
yeah,
you please? And I'm on a train.
yeah."
It's like
That's how I feel about Baltimore when I'm on a train and I see Baltimore. I'm like,
Baltimore's another one. Baltimore's like, oh,
wow.
so the wire was real.
I'm like, oh, so they didn't have to fake none of this. Okay.
Right. On location is
Right.
on location.
Right. Yeah. No. But honestly, if you are a type of person that prefers like that suburban, quiet, everyone knows your name
Cheers.
vibe, yeah, then go right ahead. Those towns,
To
those
Delaware
states,
or
yeah,
okay.
for sure to Delaware. Go to those towns and cities because that would be perfect for you. Just coming personally, being a city gal through and through. You know what I'm saying? Like that is just something that I cannot fathom
Yeah.
being a part of, being that my lifestyle. I just can't. I need that noise, that ruckus, that commotion, that congestion that cities have.
And also, I don't need all you niggas knowing my name.
Yeah, for real. That's for real.
Everywhere Boogie goes, Boogie. It's like, this is kind of getting old now, guys.
Yeah. Nah, I'm cool. First of all, my head is always on the swivel in the first place. And the fact that somebody come up to me that know my name, I be like, we fighting, yo.
Who
Like,
sent you?
right. For real. Seriously. Who sent you?
I
But
mean, especially with
yeah.
all of these women being followed in airports and
Man,
everything. So yeah, I know. I totally
that
feel
shit
you
is
on that one.
wild. No, I don't play that. Yeah, nobody knows my name. For real, for real. I make that abundantly clear. I do not introduce myself until they introduce themselves, and I've looked them up. So
Boogie is a secret agent out here, so I'm just letting y'all know. If you walk up on her, hey Adrian, Boogie, you might get roughed up. So keep 6 feet, because Boogie might grab you.
Yeah, I don't play that.
She might shake you. Who sent you?
I don't play that at all.
Man,
No, but yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on outside of the regular, regular stuff. What about yourself? How's your week been?
The week has been cool. Been kind of fighting for my life with these coughs. Not necessarily the smoker's coughs, but more like the bronchitis.
Yeah, get that away from me, my guy.
Coughs. The weird thing about bronchitis is there's really nothing you can do. You just kind of gotta like let it run its course. Your hot teas, your cough drops, all types of herbal things that don't necessarily work, but they do kind of work. So it's just like, just gotta let it pass. I will say the nights have been kind of rough because that's when the coughs seem to come out the most. You don't never cough throughout the day. It's like, you know what? Maybe I might be due for a cough. Nope. Yeah. But as soon as you go head to pillow, it is the worst ever. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
You know what I do understand is when I hear those coughs and I'm sleeping next to that person that's coughing, guess what? This person is gonna have to transport themselves to another area because ain't no way. I'm a light sleeper. I will get up if you like lean the wrong way and
You
move the
move too
bed.
much.
Yeah, I will be like, "Hey, my man, what are you doing? Like, let's go. Stop."
It's like, yo,
So,
the feng shui of the bed is off here. I got to
yeah,
go. I,
yeah,
I, I don't I don't blame you for that. That is definitely one of those you get too close and then I'm gonna slide on up out of here and go
yeah,
to the
real
next room.
quick.
So it's definitely been a trying time. Outside of that, um, I started to fast.
Oh
Um,
yeah, talk about it. Yeah.
Fasting, I only fast the first day of every month. And yesterday, being this
Okay.
Black History Month, was the first day of the fast because I kind of forgot about January. It was
Okay.
like, oh, I think I was supposed to fast. Forgot. So I'll probably add another day in to make up for January. So I'll do the first of February and the last day of February. But the fast was like, okay, I can do this. This is going good. This is going good. Then about like hour 4, I was like, yeah, bro, maybe you should have rethought some of this,
Okay.
or maybe you should have ate something because I'm fasting from like 8 to 8, sun out, or however you want to classify that.
Okay.
I had a little applesauce packet at like 7:45. I was just like, let me put something in the tank just in case.
Are you drinking
Um,
water?
yeah, I'm drinking water, so I'm not doing a full Kyrie fast or anything like
Oh,
that.
okay.
So yeah, I gotta have some type of hydration going in here. I think the water helped, but it was kind of like you started smelling food that wasn't there, and it was like, yo, you smell burgers, and it's like, no,
That's
and it's like,
delirious, my guy.
are the neighbors cooking? What is going on? I was smelling all types of things that just were not being cooked. And you
Okay.
got to tell yourself, it's like, avoid the pantry or snack areas. And it's like, you know what? Let me chew some gum. So then it's like, okay, now we're at like hour 6, and it's like hour 7. I'm gonna take a nap, and that nap pushed me over the
Wow.
threshold. Then I woke up and I was like, you know what? It's 8 o'clock. Let's get something to eat. So the fast was successful. One of my homies was like, "Were you praying?" And I was like, "Nah." I was like, I did say a prayer at the beginning of the day, but this ain't one of them type of fasts. This wasn't one of those. It wasn't like that. It did allow me to think about some things. It allowed me to kind of zero in, get some clarity. So I did appreciate it from that point. So it's one of those things where I'm like, you know what? We're gonna keep doing the fast. And I think it's one of those things that the more you do it, um, obviously your body will be in
Yeah.
tune. So it's just like, all right, because I be snacking, Boogie. I be snacking. So it was
Yeah.
one of those things where the body was like, hey, bro, hit them famous Amos's. Hey, bro, some Clubhouse crackers. So
Yeah.
it was just like water. So that was cool. I've been expanding my library, books. I've been preaching, get books, most of 2025. So I was in Barney's and Nobly again because I'm racking up the points
Okay.
and grab some books. And I like to ask people for help sometimes, and kind of caught me off guard because the gentleman that was helping me was Captain Hook. When I say Captain Hook, Buddy had a hook, like
Oh
he had a hook
God.
hand. Um, and nothing wrong with that, but you kind of gotta like keep your eyes,
Yeah, focused on the
focused.
prize and
Yeah,
not on
it's
the distractions.
like not the claw hand. And so I asked him a
Ah,
couple of titles and everything, and Buddy went to the computer, went and grabbed my book. So first started out with my black nigga books and everything, and he kind of wanted to go into the history of these, and I was like, just give me my books, bro. Like, I don't want to go through a history lesson with you on these nigga titles. Like, I know because I look, I know what
yeah.
I'm looking for. I don't need you to give me the in-depth analysis on Bass Reeves, and I just no.
Did you know that actually it's okay. Thank you.
I bought some samurai books because I don't know if or a lot of people know that I love Japanese history. Like, it's just samurais, those things. It's
No, I
um
didn't know that. Look at that. Learn something new.
the more you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am really big into samurais, all that stuff, Japanese art. So I bought a couple of books,
Okay.
and that's where Captain Hook came in. He was like, you want to buy Messiah, and this is the 5 rings. He was very in depth, and it was just like, wow, just an in depth analysis. But he kept waving the claw hand, so I was like, let me grab these great recommendations.
So
get him up out of here.
He was talking while he was moving, animated with his hands,
very animated,
and that's how comfortable he is.
Yes,
with his apparatus on his arm, on his hand. So, okay.
It was like, because people say like, Nate, you talk with your hands a lot.
Yeah,
but he was very in the claw hand, and at one point he started to scratch his bald head with the claw hand, and I was now you are fucking with me. I feel like
he's trying to get a reaction. He wants you. Yeah.
I feel like when you have a disability, like you just kind of do things to
play with folks.
Yeah, like honestly, I would do that. Like if I was in a chair or something, I might, pop one of these wheels off to see if you're gonna help, the wheel or something. I'm just saying, Buggy. Case in point, if I had a hook hand, I might lead with that hook. You gotta shake the hook, bro. Like if we're in business and we do a lot of handshake deals, shake the hook, bro.
I would have stopped. I'm like, what am I supposed to do right here? How would you like for me to grab your arm? I'll grab your elbows.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things where it's like, I don't know, but he was very informative. So I was like, cool. So more books in the library. Okay. I watched, got another movie review, second movie review of the year. This title is one that actually came out in 2024. I have been putting it on for the longest time. The Wild Robot, amazing movie, Boogie. So amazing.
What is it called?
The Wild Robot. The one with Lupita. It is the animated movie. It's on Peacock. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them things. It is 2 weeks in a row. I have given 5 black thumbs. Phenomenal movie. You are taken away, your breath taken away just from the beginning with the animation. It's that vibrant, and I believe a brother has got an Oscar nom for the animations behind that, if I'm not mistaken. Either he wrote it or did the animation, so you can do your Googles to find out, but there's a nomination for it. Good ass movie, Boogie. I was choking back the tears. This ain't on some, Nate, you're just being emotional. This was one of them ones where the story was just that dope. And it was just like, God damn, like, look, I hope you make it, little robot. It just touched you, and it was just like, keep going with your life, whatever you got going on. So go out there and watch it. It's one of the ones where I would definitely watch that one again. And you know how I feel about rewatching movies. Definitely check out The Wild Robot. The weather has been just weird. So weird to the point that it is my MF and grinding.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Oh gosh.
You know what grinds my gears, Boogie? That goddamn groundhog, vermin, rodent, whatever you want to call Pucks and Wine and Phil.
Okay.
It's Groundhog Day. And, he predicted that we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter. And you know what? I was like, maybe he's wrong. Maybe he is wrong. Because, he's Groundhog. What does he know? He don't have the sophisticated tools and things like Doppler radar systems and all these things. Maybe he's wrong. So what did I do, Boogie? I went outside, opened up the garage, and sure enough, it is snowing. So, Phil, he wasn't wrong. He was not wrong. And I just got to say, you know what, Phil? I don't know if you're up on what's going on in the world, but we need a break, Phil. And 6 more weeks of winter, that ain't helping us out, Phil. That is
No.
not helping us out. So next year, Phil, I don't know what you got to do, player.
Oh
But
gosh.
but please predict that spring may come early for us, player. Help us out, Phil. Help us out. Phil is my grinding of the gears this week. But in some more positive news, let's get to the tipping of the hat. For those of you who are new to the program, we're going to tip the hat to folks who are doing dope things in the community.
I'm tipping my hat.
Boogie, who are you tipping to this week?
I am tipping to a student out here that did her damn thing after the university tried to expel her. Pharmacy student, University of Tennessee Health Science Center, scored a major win for free speech, as they call it. She secured a $250,000 settlement after nearly being expelled for posting lyrics from Beyonce and Cardi B. Her name is Kimberly Dye. I hope I'm pronouncing your DIE. I'm trying, girl. Let me just say, let me know. I just want to say shout out to you after posting lyrics from Cardi B's WAP and Beyonce's Partition, which the school officials deemed it crude, vulgar, and sexual. And they eventually launched an investigation, not once, but twice, and decided to try and go forth with expelling her. But the court says, nah, we not doing that. And she not only countersued with emotional distress, but she won that bad boy. And got that $250,000 settlement. So shout out to you, Kimberly. Thank you so much for pushing through and doing a damn thing so you can continue, first of all, to get your studies. I hope you actually getting your education, but also getting that bag. Shout out to you.
God did.
All right.
God did. God did.
This guy
God
here,
did.
boy. All right.
God did.
Okay.
God did.
All right. That just came out of that last one.
I know it did. It was just
oh my god.
How much? It's one of those things where it's like, mind your goddamn
seriously
business. She wasn't on her personal page.
She wasn't on her personal page.
Nothing was affiliated to the school or any of that stuff. So this was just no more than, I'm going to chalk this up to there being a highly educated Black woman in a space where there's probably not a whole lot of other Black people in there.
That is true.
And there were a couple of people in there who were kind of upset, who took it upon themselves to, let's look for a Finsta account and get her in trouble. But it backfired on y'all to the tune of $250,000 for her. So, kudos.
That's how it be sometimes. But who you got for your tipping?
My tipping is going to the playwright August Wilson, who has been posthumously, I know I'm about to mess that word up, posthumously honored with the star. I always mess that word up. Oh, okay. What is it? Posthumously?
Yeah, sure.
Posthumously.
Yeah.
Clip that. Posthumously honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. For those of you who don't know who August Wilson is, he's a Pittsburgh native. He was renowned for his works, which reflected the nuances of Black Americans and depicted the struggles and triumphs in a way that resounded audiences worldwide. The crux of the work is the American Century Cycle. Wilson's career spanning project, which includes 10 plays, each set in a different decade in the 20th century, and all about one based in his beloved Pittsburgh. Says the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce is honored to pay tribute to the trailblazing playwright August Wilson, whose profound storytelling continues to inspire and resonate with audiences around the world. So we can shout out to him, his family, and shout out to what was the young lady that you were tipping to?
Kimberly.
To Miss Kimberly. Keep doing the goddamn thing. All right, you guys know what time it is. And it's time for news you can or can't use. Up first, sadly, rest in peace to all of the lives that were lost in the plane crashes. It happened earlier this week. We had a jet that collided with
Yeah.
a Black Hawk helicopter that was about to land in DC. Tragic loss there. We lost college professor. We lost quite a few kids with the U.S. Figure skating team, coaches, flight crews. Your hearts goes out to them. The pilots of the Black Hawk helicopter. And we also lost a medevac plane that was transporting a patient, mother, and 6 doctors in Philadelphia. So your hearts goes out to all those lives lost there.
Absolutely.
I think the
Just
one
crazy.
thing that's really crazy and frustrating about this is the politicizing of it. It's just like, yo, man, there's a time and a place for politics, and this ain't it.
Yeah.
Especially
Agreed.
with lives being lost, and then trying to attack people, whether it's like, oh, DEI this and DEI that. You just really feel for these people's families.
Mm-hmm.
And just to politicize that on both sides, it just shows how trash people are, and your hearts just really go out
Yeah.
to all the families and lives lost there.
Agreed.
All right. First topic on news you can or cannot use. Last week we did talk about Popeyes and how they were doing a collab with Don Julio, and they did release the menu, which when I looked through it, Boogie, I was kind of like, what is the point? Because there ain't no liquors. There is absolutely no liquors. You have the reposado flavored Louisiana garlic 3-piece wings with
Mm-hmm.
the specialty sauce, no liquors. You have the spicy strawberry hibiscus flavored lemonade mocktail, again, no liquors. And then you have the reposado flavored concha roll chicken sandwich, again, no liquors.
God.
Limited edition menu is in select U.S. restaurants, landing in the NOLA, the home of Popeyes, for the Super Bowl. Again, no liquors, but Boogie, how do you feel about the mocktail menu, and will you be standing in line and or fighting to try any of this?
I will not be standing in line and or fighting to try any of this. And I have no feelings towards this partnership, partly because this is the most fake niggerish shit slash white people trying to come together, figure out what we would fight over, and what I should say I don't know, the Mexican population as well as the black population would come together. I don't know if this is their way to unite us, but this ain't it. This ain't the move. I wholeheartedly disagree with this, but niggas will do nigga shit, and there will be rampage and a fight. So I'm not surprised. There will be times where chicken will be running out, and there's gonna be stores where there gonna be brawls. That will happen because guess what? That is what they want. So
I feel like, okay, so I agree with you. I'm not waiting in line. I am not trying any of this. This was just a waste of the marketing budget here, because again, there's no liquors. What
yeah.
is the point? Like, there's just, how are you? Oh, it's liquor flavored. I don't want liquor flavored wings without the liquor. That is the whole point. That's the selling point of getting me in here. What are we doing here? At least when you go to Chipotle, they will at least let you get a beer. It's like, oh, hey, would you like a frozen drink with what's the Mexican beer? Modelo?
Yeah.
Or with what's the other one? Let's put a lime in. What's the other Mexican beer?
Heineken. No,
No,
not
not
Heineken.
what's the other one?
I don't know. I don't drink beer, so I couldn't tell you.
Y'all know the Mexican one once you put the little lime in. The other one, they let you put that in the frozen drinks. That makes sense there at Chipotle. What you're doing here at Papa, it's just a waste of time, bro.
Yeah.
And you know what? If anything, because there's a certain population, some people in the population do not read, so they're going to overlook that these are mocktails.
Yeah.
And I think you're gonna have more problems on your hands because of that. I think you might want to get some new security. There's gonna be, what you mean ain't no fucking liquor in here?
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. And some of y'all might take a couple of punches to the face because there's no liquor here. Like, you just gotta pay attention to some of these things. And it's just like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh, if you really wanted to take us out, you should have put the liquor in there. You
Yeah.
would have had all types of fights. You just would have been like, yo, police officers, station yourselves outside of every Popeye's location because the niggas gonna be fighting. That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But there's no liquor in here.
Yeah.
Boy. But you know what? All the grass walled establishments, take note. Take note.
Here we go again.
Reposado wings, Henny wings. Because you know what? Them grass wall places, they will actually put the booze in the wings. Like, no doubt in my mind, those niggas in those kitchens, you got to be over 21 to eat these wings, my boy. That is what is going on in those kitchens. In other just viral news on the nigga net, there was Lyft was in the news because of Detroit rapper was denied a service, which sparked, is it discrimination? Is she just reaching? Who was wrong here? So I guess we're gonna play the video and we'll see.
Let's. Oh, is it gonna?
So you really telling me I'm too busy to get in your car?
Deja Blandings recorded it all. Her Lyft driver pulling up only to turn her down.
I was too big, and his tires, something about his tires. I asked him, what do I have to do with your tires?
This happened January 18th. The 29-year-old Detroiter was headed to a Lions watch party, only she never got there.
Go Lions.
So you telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't
hear his car though?
I do.
Yeah, you need to order a bigger.
What make you think I can't fit in the car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The driver told her she needed to request an XL car.
I was embarrassed, and I felt some type of way about it,
She's hired a lawyer and is suing Lyft.
Well, from a legal standpoint, it seems like obvious discrimination. The Elliott Larson Act, which is Michigan's Civil Rights Act, specifically protects people from weight discrimination. And the driver here turned down her ride because of her weight.
Deja says this experience has scarred her.
I haven't really left my house since that.
She hopes this lawsuit will change how people treat others of all sizes.
Well,
I'm gonna just go first, Boogie. Resident woman of the pod, how are you feeling? Is this discriminatory actions? Who's in the right and or wrong here?
I think the driver is in the wrong, but he knows his car. And he was doing the eye test and was like, hey, he should have just been honest. My car is on his last leg. And right now, and he mentioned his tires were a little off. Something's up.
Tires were tired.
Yeah. So they weren't tired. So I think he knew his car. He was okay. He should have said it in a better way, in a nicer way. Hey, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to cancel this Lyft because my car won't make it to the top of the street if you
To
decide
XYZ.
to the top of the corner, to the corner if you decide to get in this car. Because I already got bricks in the back of my trunk. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't have you jump in as well. So I feel bad for her because she also mentioned in the interview that she's been in smaller cars than that car. So
she did her own assessment. She's just like, I know I can fit.
She said, I know my cars. I know what I can do and can't do. But also she don't have, you know what I'm saying? I don't have the funds to go $4 up for an XL, which I get. I totally understand. Sometimes you ain't got it.
I felt like, okay, look, I think Dang got it. You seen the glasses, Boogie? You seen the glasses?
Right.
You seen the buffs? Can't wait to get my first pair. This one was one of those ones where I know people are like, Nate, how do you know? I am coming from, as most comedians and artists who have driven Lyft and or Uber to help supplement that income between hitting stages and things like that. So my opinion is coming from an actual driver. But he was in the wrong, man. You could have easily, like you said, you could have just been like, hey, bro, I didn't mean to accept the ride. This is actually my last ride. I'm sorry. I'll wait until another ride comes for you. It could have been anything like that. It could have been, I got a family emergency. There's so many other things that you could have said without giving the bullshit excuse of, my tires is tired. If your tires were tired, you wouldn't be out here driving. Like, what are you doing here? And also like the excuses of like people were like, well, he knows his car. And you mentioned it earlier. Did you hear how raggedy the car sounded when he pulled up?
Oh my God.
Bro, your car was already knocking. So this notion of I'm concerned about my car, you wouldn't be driving Uber or Lyft if you're concerned about your car. If your car sounds like that, if you're worried about your tires, you're not going to put more wear and tear on your vehicle by picking up riders. That makes absolutely no logical sense. Like, come on, y'all. I'm just making dumbass, well, it's his car. Yes, that is correct. It is his car. But to also be like, well, you're not going to fit. Maybe you should order an XL. You don't have to outright say you're fat, you're not going to fit, and it not be discrimination, bro. That's still you're subtly discriminating against a person. Yeah. Like you can subtly be racist, and it's just like, oh, I think you're being racist. Oh, no, I wasn't. You were. Like, come on, man. Let's not act like people aren't fat phobic and all these things. But as the lawyer, and I looked it up, as the lawyer said, Michigan is the only state that has weight discrimination laws.
Wow.
And Buddy's wording of those things, you got a semi-decently good lawyer. Yeah. You're gonna win that. Because that is all code word. My tires is tired. Oh, you need to get an XL car and all these things. It's like, come on, bro. I posed the question because people were like lighting me up on the shade room. And I was like, what if it was like just four adults and not her? It would probably equal the same weight. Would you still say the same thing? Like, it's just weird that people are okay with discrimination. And it was just one of those things that lets me know, like, a lot of people are okay with being discriminated against, or you just slough off stuff where it's like, oh, it's just the world. It's like, no, you really are being discriminated against, and you probably should go the proper parameters to make sure that don't happen again. And I commend her for doing what she got to do. Yeah. If you lose your job because of that silliness, that's on you, bro. Because again, there was many other ways that you could have been like, oh, again, I got the BGs. I'm sorry, you don't want to be in here right now. There's a million things you could have said. There's so many, to avoid that. But now, and she was even like, my friend got a Benz that's smaller than this. I fit in that. So Shorty was like, I know my whips, And also, it was just very sad that the amount of people that were attacking her online was like, yo, some of y'all, y'all tipping the scale too. So it's kind of crazy that you were attacking her. It's like, stop it. And also, you go back and look at her pictures. She's been taking steps to lose weight. She's literally, because people, take accountability. She literally has been doing that. And so it's like, come on, man, come up off it. Yeah. It's Black History Month, and some niggas love to use that as a way to escape accountability. And that is what we are seeing here. Georgia Councilwoman tells South Fulton Mayor Khalid Kamayu, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, to stop playing victim after charging a trip to Africa on the city credit card. We're not tearing you down. You took your black behind over to Africa for 20 days and didn't tell anyone.
Exchange. South Fulton Council members questioned the mayor for spending $26,000 on his city-issued credit card, including a trip to Africa. Here it is.
I am so distressed and disappointed that the blackest city in the United States of America is heading into Black History Month with its all-black council tearing each other down.
We're not tearing you down. You took your black behind over to Africa for 20 days and didn't tell anybody.
They say the mayor has yet to justify the expenses that are now being audited. We've reached out to the mayor for his side of the story, but he hasn't responded yet. Be sure to download Fox News.
You took your black behind to Africa for 20 days and didn't tell nobody. I'm 99.9% certain if this were not a meeting, she would have said your black ass.
Yeah.
She wanted to say it, but she calculated.
She was careful
what she was about to say because she was going to read him for filth. Boogie, how do you feel about Khalid Kamayu taking a trip to Africa and then blaming the city council on this Black History Month?
I'm not surprised at all. This is politicians' bag. This is their blueprint 101. Like, use up city officials, use up the patrons' money, the city's money. Like, find something to do, but pay for hookers and hoes and pay for hotels, and that he's just trying to be a number one politician. It sounds like he in the right direction, but he just got caught really early in his career. That's all it is to me.
Yeah, he got to wait for the build up. See, you don't do this when you are a local level mayor. You got to wait till you are the mayor of like a huge city like New York City, where you could be like, yo, I put out trash cans in the rats. Who gives a damn about me being out here in this Turkish government? Because, you got to be like Mayor Adams. You got to do what Mayor Adams did, brother. You not the and it's one of those things where it's like, dog, like, if you're gonna make an excuse, just let it be a good excuse. It could have been like, I would have rather you been like, my mental health.
Yeah,
I had to go back to the motherland, before Black History Month to get in touch with my roots, so I could then come back and lead the blackest county in America. Mm-hmm. This was a trip not only for myself, but for you, the people. This was a leadership trip. We got to write this off as leadership. Do you want me as a black man to be the best leader I can be? Right. I can't be that without a $26,000 trip to Africa. What are we doing here?
Oh God.
What are we doing here? That's how that should have went. Like, this is historical. Every month I'm going to tell you guys what I learned from this $26,000 trip. Like, you have to let the people know, like, Black history, it's not just 1 month of the year, it's every month. And my $26,000 trip to Africa allows me to further teach you in the blackest county in America. He just didn't set this up the right way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of wish.
Yeah, go ahead.
I kind of wish that she would have went in a little bit more. I kind of wish that
she's trying to stay professional. Let the councilwoman know. The councilwoman know what she's doing. She's like, all right, this man is clearly a fool. And the fact that we that we hired this man and appointed this man to this seat, she's like, this is the perfect avenue for me to slide in and eventually become, the mayor herself. So that's what she's doing. She's doing what she's supposed to do.
Hit him like the great Eric Mays from Flint. You're out of order. She should have hit him with that. You know what? You're right, Boogie. You're absolutely right. She did handle it the right way.
Yeah, she did.
I couldn't have been there. I couldn't have been there. Because your black ass, it would have, bitch ass nigga, it would have been a lot of those. Like, you're not gonna play with us. You're out of order. You're a child, nigga. It would have been a lot of just, this is our councilman. He's right. Because I'm like, bro, what are we doing? In other crazy
let's continue
mayoral news.
Why don't we? Why don't we?
As the title says here, the ghetto.
Yikers.
This one is from right outside of Boogie's hometown of Dalton, Illinois.
I had to check myself. You was like hometown. I was like, oh yeah, you said around. Okay.
Yeah, around, because you come on now, Boogie.
Yeah,
I would not disrespect you Chicagoans.
Thank you. I
like
appreciate
that. Because boy, oh boy, that's not Chicago. The comments was literally like, Dalton is a suburb. It's crazy because those of us who have lived in Chicago, around the area, we have known about what has been going on with Tiffany Hanyard for quite some time. The rest of the world is just now finding out that she runs Dalton with an iron fist. And there was a town hall meeting, and folks were not so happy with her leadership. But let's go to let's play the video. This is a local activist.
Half-ass mayor. But if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori Lightfoot's report about credit cards. You want to talk about them not coming to work, and we've been hearing about what you've been doing while you've been at work. And I'm gonna give away the rest of my time because I think, on behalf of the Black Cookout Association, that we would rather take a vote. We're gonna exchange your black ass for Stephanie being a new member of Congress. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay, all those in favor say aye. You go.
Well, damn.
And then, for those of you who are listening, there seems to be some words exchanged from her boyfriend,
and a brawl ensues. My gosh, this is what we get.
We got a little brouhaha here.
Yeah, that's about enough of that.
I'll let you go first as the native Chicagoan, even though it's not Chicago.
Listen, there's a way about going about, expressing your feelings and distaste, or your I should say unsavory disappointment with how things and how your city, I should say, and government officials are running things. And that wasn't the move right there. That wasn't the move at all. I think he obviously intentionally said those things to incite anger, and I don't know if he was expecting I don't know if he was expecting to throw fisticuffs, but fisticuffs came his way, so listen, niggas are gonna do nigga shit, and it is clear as day that Dalton is being infiltrated and has been consumed with a bunch of niggas. So let them niggers.
I will. There's a couple of South suburbs that you don't play around in. Yeah, Dalton is one of them. Harvey is,
I was waiting for you to say
one
Harvey.
of them.
I was waiting for you to say Harvey.
One of them. Oh man, I remember I was doing some shows. Boogie would hit me up. I was like, "Yo, Boogie, let's do some shows." And where they at? Boogie is always a where they at type of performer.
Yes,
Boogie don't move unless Boogie taught me hey Nate, you gotta start asking some fact-finding questions, because I used to be out there in them trenches.
Yeah,
it was I was like, Harvey. Boogie's like, nah, I'm not gonna
Have
do that
fun.
with my guy.
Yeah.
Did a show out in Dalton. Boogie's like, did you survive? I was like, nigga, never again.
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna set those precedents about how those cities run. You got to hold people's feet to the fire. There's nothing wrong with holding the people that you've elected to the fire. With that being said, you still need to know your surroundings of the people whose feet you're holding to the fire. And upon looking at Tiffany's resume and some of the alleged brouhahas that have transpired, you gotta know what you're saying, and you gotta walk that straight and narrow. I think he kind of twisted that knife, the whole something that you're not, like a wife, that you kind of twisted it there, boy. But then to call her out her name, the B word,
that was a little wild.
I don't care how trash the civil servant may be or how bad you think they're doing. You don't call them out their name, especially a black woman with everything that we know that they have to deal with in life and just politics. Yeah, you can just be like, yo, you trash. You ain't got to call her the B word. So in that regard, I can see why you deserve that lumping. Just like, hey, you're on her turf, bro. One, she had the cops on her side, and two, she had them YNs on her side, and them YNs squared up.
It's something about YNs, and guess what? They have infiltrated all areas in Chicago. The Chicagoland, if you were trying to avoid said YNs, guess what? They are there.
They're going to city council meetings. They're going to PTA meetings. YNs are everywhere, and they're not taking this shit no more. I'm just like, you got what you deserved in that regard, bro. Because you should have cut it off. You should have cut it off. Like, you had to call her a B.
Yeah.
But also, I do want to join that cookout association. How can a brother get a T-shirt? Didn't know that was a thing.
That was pretty. I will say that's pretty exciting. When he went into his whole spiel, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know it was a association, the club.
I'm gonna give back my time because the Cookout Association of South Chicago. It's like,
oh, okay.
Say nay and yay. So also, I think I'm gonna have to start showing up to some of these local civil meetings, because it's like they be going down at these town halls. Like, we are 2 for 2 with town hall meetings, just being like, this is what goes on here. Like, it's like WWE. But also, I think Dr. Umar might have some feelings about both of those situations.
I sentence you to 4,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man.
Give it to him, because it's just like, you can't be doing that, bro. You can't be doing that. Also, I'm not mad at Tiffany. I'm not mad at her. How would you gauge this, though? Because I know you said the first lady, the first councilwoman in Georgia, that was professional, very demure. So how would you rank Tiffany on the scale of 1 to 10 on professionalism? How would you rank this? 0 to 10.
I mean, she didn't initially react to it. It wasn't her. It was her spouse or partner or whoever that approached. Yeah, boyfriend.
I do. Alleged. Just put all the facts out there.
All right. I mean, you know more than I do, so definitely shout them out. But yeah, and she just had to come in and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hear this when I get home, so I might as well jump in." So,
hey man, she took them heels off. Notice what was funny when Buddy was talking? She had her head down, taking notes. It was like, anytime you lighten up a politician like that to the point they gotta take notes, I might just dial back what I'm saying, because I'm like, what's in that pad? What is in that pad?
She's like, note to self, let me call that person that connect that handles.
Hey man, she was running up in them people's houses allegedly, sitting the cops. So it's like, what did Jennifer Lewis? You're on my list.
Yeah. So.
Well, this could also be filed under y'all niggas is tripping.
Y'all
niggas tripping.
Who you got this week, Boogie?
My why y'all niggas is tripping? At first, I will say, confused me at first because I read the story, just reading the headline, I was baffled, befuddled. Right now the headline says Mississippi lawmaker reveals he's getting death threats after proposing a masturbation ban bill. And I was like, now where are you going with this, sir? And with further research and reading said articles, because he ended up talking to TMZ, councilman, Bradford Blackmon, interesting last name.
That is a bougie black name.
Yeah, that's a black mon, all right. That's a black mon, okay.
He definitely Jamaican.
Yeah,
black mon. Bradford Blackmon.
Bradford Blackmon proposed the bill. He said the bill is legit, but isn't serious. You know what I'm saying? So his true intention was to start a conversation about the double standard between women and men concerning reproductive health. But he's taking the death threats seriously. That he reported to authorities, but it's the act is called, the bill I should say, it's called Contraception Begins at Erection Act. And it aims to block men from spreading their seed unless they intend to make a baby, effectively outlawing masturbation, which, dare I say, I'm all for it. I like that idea, especially in Mississippi. But he said he introduced the bill to start a conversation about all the regulations put upon women when it comes to reproductive health. And dare I say, all these people that are sending him those death threats, which are mostly men, crying about, you gonna outlaw masturbation? I can't beat my meat, choke the chicken.
Police.
Yeah, I think he got something going right now. If that's what y'all want to do, y'all want to put parameters and restrictions on women's bodies, why can't we do it for you? So leave that man alone. Y'all niggas are tripping, okay? Continue on doing your thing, my man.
I think it's one of those funny things, and I think he also knew it.
Yeah.
Because it's Mississippi.
Yeah.
And if you look at where Mississippi falls in education, he knew that people were not going to read.
Yeah.
And as what he said in the interview, so many people were upset until they actually read the bill.
Yeah.
And so many people were like, oh, okay.
That was me. I
understand. Like, this is a good idea. I get what you're doing. You're not actually trying to police my whacking. You're just, so it's just like, you gotta read. But also, some of the people who are the most upset, you guys got daughters and all these things. You guys got wives. You guys got just women in your lives in general, whether you're related to them or not. And to think that stuff has to be put in code for you to actually read it, for you to be upset, or it's my Pornhub. You don't care. You really don't care about women's bodies or women's health or any of those things. Not until something drastic like this is proposed. Then you're just like, oh shit, maybe we should care about women bodily autonomy. Maybe we should care about, their rights and all these things. It's just like, come on, man. You shouldn't have to have drastic laws going into place like this for people who are just like, maybe we shouldn't do these terrible things to it. It's just like, come on, man. And especially where this country is now moving with things being rolled back in regards to women's health and women's rights, you motherfuckers need to start paying attention.
Yeah.
Like, you really do. But I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad at it at all. Who do you got for your niggas is tripping?
My y'all niggas is tripping is going to a Georgia man who has turned to the local news to get help after he ordered a drill from AliExpress, and they sent him a printed photo. You heard me right, Boogie. A printed photo, and he wants his $40 back. Sylvester Franklin says he's been trying to get a refund from AliExpress for months after ordering a drill and a pressure washer, and he received nothing but a printed photo and a screw. He claims the retailer has been unresponsive and that his bank won't process a chargeback. Now he's out $40, assuming he got the drill on sale since it was listed for over $80. He said, this is not good. This is real bad. All this is bad. You know what I mean? Don't scam nobody. I don't like to get scammed because if you spend your money, you want to get what you paid for, Franklin said. Further investigations by WTOC show that AliExpress has terrible ratings, a D- on the Better Bureau business site with multiple complaints. Now, Sly, because I'm not going to call you Sylvester. Sly, you look like a very well-educated OG. You look like a brother that knows how to use that pressure washer. And I can just see in my mind, you already had tons of decks. You was going to do the whole neighborhood. You was going to put up fences, decks for the whole neighborhood. You was going to go out here, pressure wash driveways. You was going to put up mailboxes. You was just going to be a pillar to your community. You was out here telling all the homies, hey, I got a pressure washer and a drill that was normally $80 for $40. That's a hell of a deal. You was out here just telling everybody that. And then, lo and behold, they send you a picture of the drill. They was like, hey, brother, if you send us $40 more, you might actually get the real drill. Sly, where in the world do you think you're going to get a power washer and a drill for $22? Like, let's look, Boogie, let me just, I'm about to just go and type
it don't
in
make no sense.
Power washers. Let me just see. Power washers for sale. Let's just see. Power washers for sale. Okay. So the power washer, I'm just looking at. Oh, $149. Okay. $128. Oh, $109. None of these say $80. $40. It's like, bruh. I don't know what it is with some of these elders where they just don't want to do their due diligence with research. These were people who made us do bibliographies, who don't do research, who literally are just like, did you cite your sources? Did you cite your sources? Did you go to multiple sites? What are you doing on AliExpress anyways, bruh? How did you even get over here? So you mean to tell me you bypass Google, eBay, Klarna, all them other sites, and you just end up on AliExpress? Like, come on, Sly. No one deserves to get scammed, but you, sir, deserve to get scammed. And this time, like, come on, bro, what are we doing? Just come on, bro.
Yeah.
If I was your bank, no, I'm not giving you that $40 back. You got to eat that, bro. Sometimes you have to learn a lesson, and this is your lesson, bro. Like, stop cutting corners, stop being cheap, Sly.
I don't understand the always running to news reports, news outlets. When you know you might have you didn't do the due diligence that you needed to do and expected to get a power drill from AliExpress,
a Chinese company, bro. What you come on, dog. What you thinking, bro?
I think that $40 done for, my guy. You might as well just let it go.
This is not good. I was like, Sly, you not getting that $40 back, bro. You just might as well just chalk it up. Chalk that $40 up.
Oh well.
Yeah, you know. Oh well.
Yeah.
Let's get to the final topic, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
It's the final topic. It's the final topic.
But I don't know what this new generation is called. What are they? Gen what?
Gen beta. I think it's
I don't
beta.
know whatever these niggas is behind this, but I hate them. I'm just gonna come right out and say I cannot stand them. A woman delivers a baby at a Krispy Kreme's and names it Glaze. Shayna Bennett gave birth to her son Dallas with the baby. What? Who wrote this? Shayna Bennett gave birth to her son Dallas with the baby's father.
Another
Keon
Gen
Mitchell
beta. That's who.
by her side in the car outside of Krispy Kreme shop in Dothan. As reported by the news station, she nicknamed the baby Glaze. I am, for one, glad that it's just a nickname. Like, I'm glad that Dallas is the first name, because you would have set this young man up to be roasted for the rest of his life. I don't know if you know, Boogie, but Glaze currently it's not one of those things that you want to be known for, you know, on this in the social glazing, got glazed on. That's not necessarily a good thing. And the way these youths take things, I just don't know if I would want my baby named that, you know.
Yeah, I would agree with you on the nickname being Glaze versus an actual permanent government name. Glaze. Dallas is a dope name. Glaze,
Yeah.
I get it. Listen, people nowadays are really trying to stand out by, naming their children whatever they would like to at the moment. Whatever object that they see, they will name their child that. And I know names in general are made up, and this is how we have come to have so many unique names over the years. But I will say there should be someone in the hospital room or somebody in the government officials that will just red flag on the play. You got to try it again. We will not be accepting this name.
So you're saying that we need to have an actual cabinet of people, name database check, where you have to give it to the nurse. Okay, let's put this in a name database check. All right, this has came back as a green. You get a thumb. You can go with that one. That's
I'm not opposed to it, but at the same time, look, I'm not opposed to that. But Jalen, Kanye, those names
out of here.
I know, but I'm just saying those names are made up, and we wouldn't have had those names if someone stood their ground and was like, nah, I'm naming my child XYZ. So
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm just saying, like, I have a love-hate relationship with possibly having a cabinet, but I will say, who am I to say Glaze won't be the most popular name, coming up in 2025,
So here's how you break that cabinet down, Boogie.
Go ahead.
Have in that cabinet, it has to be broken down by the communities that said family said baby belongs to. We ain't about to have white people out here like, no more Jalen's. You don't get to make that a call. Now, we do need to have a nigga cabinet of like, how many Jalen's have been out here in the last 10 years? Okay, Jalen is off the books. We got to have a name like that, because there's a lot of niggas with the same goddamn names. So it's like, look,
that's true.
It's too many. Do you remember there was a time when it was like a lot of Britneys? What was a lot of LaToyas?
Yeah,
ain't a whole lot of Toyas out here no more.
A lot of 5 Kims.
It was a lot of these Keishas. It ain't a whole lot of Keishas out here anymore.
Yeah. It was a lot of Keishas. It was a lot of Keishas.
There was a Toya, Keisha, Toya.
Yeah.
It was a
Denise
lot.
Denise was a lot too.
Shakisha, Denise,
Lauren. People was out. Lauren, their asses off.
So it's like we need to have the cabinet to be like, hey, we got 30,000 Laurens out here. New name. How about a Lydia? With the cabinet, like you give us a name and the cabinet responds back with, here's 3 options.
Yeah.
You pick from the 3 options.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Okay. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
With the mother's last name and the father's last name, I feel they could have did better. Dallas, great name, but how about Dallas Hot Light Bennett? So you got to make it like to where it's really cool. So if he's an athlete or something, Hot Light with the 3, Hot Light with the touchdown. It's got to be something like that. I just feel like they could have did better. But I'm also happy that Glaze is not the first name. I think we all can give them hand clap and a kudos for that. Let's get out of here. But before we get up out of here, we got to get to the Nothing Blunt Facts. Boogie. It is Black History Month. So, I figured why not hit some boogity black facts. This one here is about the Freedom House Ambulance Service, which was founded in 1967 to serve the predominantly Black Hill District of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was a group of 30 brothers who started what is now known as, ambulance services. Ambulance were widely known. Police officers, firefighters, and things, they were the ones who were primarily bandaging you up, doing all that stuff when you needed to, whenever an emergency or whatever.
Yeah.
No surprise there. There were folks that did not want to go into predominantly Black areas. So we stepped up and had to do what we had to do. Some of these men were considered the undesirables, people that couldn't be employed. Some of them were also Vietnam veterans, so that they had combat training and things like that, where they actually were medics and things. So that helped aid in that. These brothers were able to write what a lot of the books on paramedics and things that are still used to this day. So whenever you have to take one of those $1,000 ambulance rides, just know that it was 30 brothers that allowed you to be able to get picked up.
So you can thank them and hate them at the same time.
So kudos to those brothers
at
the Freedom House. So shout out to them. Like, subscribe on all your podcast platforms. Before we get up out of here, I mentioned this at the beginning of the show. Sports on Boogie, Boogie on Sports. How do you feel about
we forgot about that totally.
The trade? We gotta slide it in real quick. How do you feel about the trade that has woken up the sports world?
And the trade that Nate is referring to, I should say, is Luka himself. Doncic is now being traded to the Lakers, as well as some other person. I forgot his name.
We don't care about
and for Luka, Lakers are moving AD ass down to the Mavericks. I'm just saying. I've been my threads are popping. People are sending me clips and they couldn't believe it. Top of the morning. Man. And gotta be honest, I'm kind of happy they switching it up. I just didn't expect it would come from Dallas. They would move Luka from Dallas. Mark Cuban is no longer the majority owner, so I think that's what it came down to, because they are also posting clips, folks, from social media. They're posting clips of Mark Cuban saying he would rather divorce his wife than trade Luka, and he was gonna ride. He was gonna ride Luka until the wheels fall off. Well, guess what? That ride is over, and hopefully your wife is still good to go. I'm not opposed to it. Lakers needed to switch it up anyway. I was kind of tired of the LeBron and AD show. They're decent, but it's not doing anything. They are not winning anything. Granted, it is an asterisk mark on the championship that they won in the bubble, but no one talks about that, and no one will talk about that.
Still got a ring, no. It's one of them things where we all know, like you said, if Mark Cuban was running the team 100%, Luka would not have been shipped off. Because who trades away a 25-year-old superstar? That is just weird.
That's dumb.
Got rid of Brunson, so like y'all have literally gotten rid of
everybody.
2 megastar guards in the last 5 years. It's just like, what the hell's going on? We know what's going on. This was one of those revenge moves because Luka has been gaining weight, not necessarily been playing to his full potential, which is crazy because he's still going out there putting up buckets, being overweight and whatnot. But I have a feeling now, being around LeBron, being in LA, he about to get shredded. He about to lose that weight. He about to put on that. It's showtime. That Hollywood glow. And he about to come out there and be torching folks. So I'm certain we're going to have a lot of Boogie on Sports on Boogie, where we're talking about Luka and the Lakers. So.
I really do feel like NBA is just trying anything and everything because of the ratings have gone down, and having these crazy trades, trying to spark some interest and some likes for people that are just fair weather fans, as well as people that have tapped out, really.
You know who else would never? David Stern. David Stern is somewhere rolling over in his grave.
Yeah.
David Stern, if he could right now, he would have blocked that trade, just like he did that that Lakers and Chris Paul trade. So this is just like interesting times. But anyways, like, subscribe on all of your podcast platforms. Episode 165 is in the can. We appreciate you guys. Boogie, what you got for the peoples?
Once again, shout out to the day ones for always keeping us afloat. Please remember to smash that bell so you can get notified as soon as our content drops, as well as tell a friend to tell a friend to tell that friend that this is your favorite podcast and they should be listening to it as well.
Yeah, man, tell your MFM friends, like Boogie said, after 4 minutes, shenanigans.
Oh, gosh.
I got nothing else for y'all. I am Nate Calloway.
And I am Adrian Brandyberg.
And this is your Late Night Podcast. Sometimes you go to day like that with Adrian. We are